Moving on, man. Let's talk DJ Khaled. Khaled is prepping his 12th studio album, I believe, and to celebrate, he dropped 2 singles. Now, gone are the posse cut all-star lineup style records. Instead, they were replaced with 2 solo joints, both featuring Drake. One is called Grease, and the other is called Pop Star. Did Khaled and Drake get a hit or a miss with these 2 records?
This is a miss. This ain't it. Either one of the records. That Pop Star is cool. If I'm Drake, I ain't doing cool records no more. One of the biggest praises that I gave on the Dark Lane mixtapes is that even like it seemed like I'm practicing out here and I'm putting up numbers with you niggas that are like full game mode. That was impressive. And to take a step back and to come out with DJ Khaled and to put out like some Reggie, this ain't even no mid, this Reggie. Like to put out 2 Reggie packs like is unacceptable for Drake. Like every move now from here on out like needs to be bodying niggas. Foot on throat. Y'all niggas cannot compete with me. Stop bringing my name up. I'm Michael Jackson of my time. Leave me alone. And he ain't doing that. Like I ain't putting like if Khaled got 2 mid songs and he getting on my nerves, which I'm sure is how this happened, calling Drake, let me drop these 2 bangers I got. And Drake was probably like, I don't even really think they bangers, but you got it, bro. Like, go ahead. You need to do your rollout. Nah, we not doing that no more. Khaled, you mad? Okay, get in line, nigga. Get right there behind here. Pusha T and all the rest of these niggas is mad that I'm crushing shit. And he ain't like you can't put out shit like this when you Drake, in my opinion, even if it's a favor for DJ Khaled, which I assume it was. What do you
Probably so. And these are both hits.
What?
2 for 2.
Man, get
without
the fuck
question.
out of here, man.
Grease and Pop Star. See, this is what we're used to. We're used to an artist putting out 2 singles at one time, and one being for the radio, and then one being for the streets.
Man,
Well, this is Drake.
These motherfuckers was for the trash can.
This is Drake. He drops 2 records. He drops one for North America and the other for the world. That's big boy shit that no other rapper can do. Pop Star is for the States, and it's going to ring off. If people were outside, it would be getting play. And Grease is to ring off across the waters. That's how big dogs move. I understand Kendrick does not know how to move like this because he only makes shit for people that live in Compton. That's it.
Kendrick's a big dog because I'm not giving DJ Khaled throwaways. Don't even ring my line, nigga. I ain't even in that game no more. I don't even know why you calling me. And it ain't even, well, Khaled, if you get 2 bangers, then it's the move for you if you put your name on there. But the posse cut, I forgot about that until you just mentioned that. That would have been fire right about now.
I don't know though. You can't really do no big dog video for it. You can't really do no rollout.
No, it's even easier. Just send me like 5 minutes. Get with your videographer. Send me 5 minutes. I'm gonna get a nigga to edit it up right. Put some sauce on it. Like DJ Khaled, I think he missed. Like he could have made this big, like one of them big DJ Khaled, like Brianna, Bryson Tillers. Like he had one of them in him, and it wasn't this 2-pack with Drake. You know, you gotta admit this ain't. If you rated any other Khaled single, this is below all of them.
No, Pop Star is fire. Pop Star is banging. It's low hanging fruit though, because Drake can make that in his sleep.
For a Drake and Khaled single,
bro, it's Khaled. Let's be honest. This is not Drake's album single. This is not God's plan. He's not gonna give him God's plan. You can cancel that. It's Khaled. Khaled is going to get the throwaways, and Drake's throwaways sound better than a lot of niggas' A-list joints, bro. Like, let's be honest. That's all. You just tired of niggas winning.
Not this time. I wish they would have won. I wish they would have gave me some good music for this time period, but it didn't happen. You know it didn't.
On another Drake note, though, did you see Steve Stout convo with Russ talking about Drake when they were talking about major versus independent?
You know what he said?
Man, dude. So Russ, his label deal is up, and so he's now independent. And then they started talking about Drake's deal and kind of what's about to happen next with him. Steve Stout said that Drake is about to get the biggest record deal in the history of music, and they're going to do that. The majors are going to give him that because they don't want him to go independent. If he goes independent, then the music business is over with. And then Russ started breaking down like exactly why and what that means. Russ was like, you take a song like God's Plan, you go record God's Plan, and you spend the $10 it takes to upload it to the streaming sites. You spend 20, 30 bands on the beat, and then 5 bands to mix it. So let's just say at max he's all in for $50,000.
Right.
You release God's Plan independently, and you're making millions of dollars a week for you name the amount of time, nigga, for at least 3, 4, 5 years. He was like, bro, if he does that, people will see the blueprint and motherfuckers will never sign to a major ever again. They'll only go to they'll go the Drake. It'll be the Drake route at that point. And that's what he was saying. And he said, dude, the bag he's about to get is going to be ridiculous. They said he's going to drop within the next 6 months. And if you see a major with it, that means the numbers are crazy.
What was this song?
He did some type of interview with Russ, man. I don't know exactly what the platform was, but Google's our friend. I'm sure you can find the whole joint, but it was a dope conversation that they was having. You know, Steve Style be dropping gems and shit though. He dropped gems, and Russ actually does pretty good at dropping some good knowledge too. I
became a Russ fan after one of his interviews. Like he was sold me on, like, you've been talking shit. Like, why are you surprised I hit you in your mouth? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a classic statement for me.
That's a fact. It is. But when you're talking numbers, my ears perk up. So not only was he on Instagram, like we said a couple of weeks ago, he was on Instagram showing his streaming numbers and the difference between the money he made being independent versus being signed. But now he talking like this and breaking down like how much Drake really could make if he went independent.
That's an interesting theory that I'd like to stay with just for 1 second, because essentially what they're saying is that Drake would make more money independently, but if they broke the bag off with him, it would be essentially to secure the music business stay the way that it was, as opposed to the way that it could be.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of responsibility for an artist like Drake.
That's a huge responsibility. And it's
what do you think he would do with those options?
Which he would do whatever makes the most sense for Drake. That's what Drake. Yes, he would do whatever made the most sense for him.
Be on the fence here. Like if someone told you, hey, Animal Brown, this podcast deal, and I'm going to break you off because I know if you did it the other way, every other podcaster is going to find out the way and going to eat from it.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I would do what's best for me.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The bag that Drake is going to get is going to be well, and he's probably going to get the masters to go along with it.
I don't think it's about the bag at that point. It's about the
being a trailblazer? He's already a trailblazer.
Yeah, but I mean, you go down in a different kind of history if you do that, right? Like, it's only so much money you can spend. But if I initiate a whole nother process, and that's a legacy you initiate.
I think he already had. I trust me. I understand.
With what he has already done on top of it, if he's like, well, I'm going independent, like you said, and two, Drake is the epitome, though. Like, to say that, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. Of course, they have more knowledge with it than I do. But to say that Drake could do that for 50,000 and do millions in a week, and this is not a shot, but Slim Thug can't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still artists out there that are going to do that and even have a great beat and be able to spend 50,000 and not turn around $1 million in a year.
Yeah, but you got to understand the reason.
The market at that point.
But the reason,
don't think they can do it.
Listen, the reason that Slim Thug's Instagram looks the way it does, and his house looks the way it does, is because he owns the masters to several of his projects, and a lot of that stuff that he sold was independent. Right. So that's why you just get a bigger piece of the pie, and the pie is bigger than what a lot of people are aware of. And we're going to get to that with this Migos in a second. But the pie is a lot bigger than people know. You see those low ass per streaming numbers that they pay you on streams and shit, but that's only half the battle with how much you could be making.
So they're saying that Drake would expose he would pull back the curtain per se, not necessarily that he would make more being an independent person, but he would blueprint, like you said, or peel back the curtain as to you thought this was a $100 million deal or $100 million play when we did this. This is on reality is a $500 million.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So think of tomorrow if we woke up and it said Drake signs $200 million deal with Universal. We'll be like, God damn, that shit crazy. But think if he went independent and 5 years from now it says Drake has made $500 million off of. That's a bigger deal than people like. That's twice as much.
I don't even understand why. There's no reason if I'm Drake why I would even, unless Apple came to me and they was like, "Shit, you want to seat at the board?" That's like the only. If it was a big company, like there's no record company that could sign me if I was Drake. They like, y'all out of here. I'm talking to like Xfinity. I'm talking to like Comcast,
Verizon.
Apple. Yeah. Y'all niggas Universal. Y'all out of here. But
We'll see.
maybe they
Only
know
time
more
will
than me.
tell.